I have your sail. You can now sail through the skies. Take it! Take this crap. Here you go. With the power of electricity, this sail will allow your ship to traverse space. Look at that. All fully restored and stuff. Beautiful. You'd love to see it. Your ship is fully restored. Oh yeah, you did it, Kirby! The lore is back in business. The oars, both wings, the emblem, and the mast. Yep, it's all there. Yar, they always be asking me, who's the man behind the mast? The moment I've been waiting for, it's here. You're my hero. And a promise is a promise. I owe you a trip to my home. A trip to HAL Laboratory exists in another dimension. It's super far away, but the lore can fly us there in the blink of an eye. Pack some snacks, Kirby. We're off to HAL. Okay. Hacker voice, I'm in. Yeah, we're gonna fly to the dark world here. Or whatever the heck is happening over here. Whoa! I'm sure your home will be a great chill place. No doubt about that. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these weird parchment cutscene things. Oh no, it's Spyro's weird uncle that nobody talks about. And he hates ships! Maybe Spyro's extended family. Oh no, that jerk had us crash land. It looks like a, what was that, that one game that Nintendo had out for a while? A character like you'd see in something like Dragalia Lost. Or maybe just like a generic freemium app of, maybe Dragalia Lost isn't the right thing to say. I'm just thinking it looks like something that came straight out of a freemium app based around dragons. What, they have to use the Forgotten Land DDD. Yeah, doesn't this look like the kind of thing you'd see in an ad where it's like level 1 noob, level 100 boss? Alright, well, I guess we have a new world here. Kirby, that dragon, its name is Landia. It's lived on this planet for ages, but it's always been fast asleep. Recently, however, it awoke and went on a rampage. Please, Kirby, you must defeat that crazy dragon. I know I've asked a lot of you, but this is it, I swear. Okay, if this is really it, then. So, how do I? Oh, just by pressing up. Hello, Arduous Horda. How's it going today? Of curiosity. No, it doesn't have any others unlocked. Maybe you do like the side content or new stuff to get them. I mean, I don't think I really need any masks right now, but I was just kind of curious, you know. So, yeah, it's one new, oh no. It's probably a few then. Probably a whole nother section of levels. Oh. Well, this is gonna take a little while yet. You know, I might pace things out a little bit more. Because I figured this would be something really quick to wrap up in one night, and then I was, you know, either gonna stream something else or catch some winks. Whoa, this is cool looking, isn't it? So we shall see here. No, you don't get the smackaroo. Yeah, we can just kind of hold right and zoom through, right? Whee! Whoa. Well, I guess I can do this and not even lose that much speed. I don't care about lighting that. Yeah, I'll just be on my way. Don't mind me. Oh, secret hot dog! Those are the best kinds of hot dogs. They're fantastic. Well, this is the way we go. It also feels kind of weird streaming this and turning off my brain and just kind of playing on autopilot after the last stream kind of turned into, I don't need that, into a 14-hour Fire Emblem Engage stream where I cleared 3 story maps and I kind of lost my mind. So it's a very stark contrast switching from a 14 hours of you know, really racking my brain and struggling to get through maps to hopping over to this and playing on autopilot. So yeah, it's certainly a big difference here, I must say. Would have been cool if this had you know, multiplayer online like 3D World did. Then I could just be playing it with friendos and stuff. But I guess the way that is we're powering through on whenever I have time like this. Oh, okay, but it's fine. Up we go on this magical adventure. All right, well, what have we over here now? No. I can just keep holding it right. Well, is there any current happenings to chat about, I wonder? I don't think there is. I can put down bombs and stuff. That's cool. Is there any recent stuff going on here? Can I break that with that? Didn't think so. Ow! Something, one bit of interesting news is, I don't remember what series I started telling this, this story on. When it was still, when it was still a pretty new story. I know I told it during, one series. It might have even been Kirby. But I'm fairly certain it was, something else. I might be going crazy. Anyway, recently received a very strange package in the mail that was not, you know, not under the name of anyone in this household. Okay, I'm not getting that, that door. Doesn't matter too much. Hey, I'll take the tomato. I will take that. It was this address on it, like this address and this postal code and stuff, so you know, absolutely like it should have been sent here, but the name on it was something completely different. So I had to look at, you know, what the heck it was, and apparently it's like a fancy schmancy new Apple Watch, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a really big screw up from UPS to mess that up. So there was a tracking number on it, and I looked up the tracking number, and it seems like its address was changed mid-transit. And so after realizing that, it didn't say where that like original intended address was exactly. Which series? I don't know off the top of my head, but like I think it's like either the newest or one of the newest, like a fancy schmancy newer one there. It's like, oh, that's something that, you know, the intended recipient would probably really like to receive there. So I tried to see if I could, you know, find how I could get in contact with them, or see how I could get the you know, package to its intended recipient. Boobity bop, I'll yoink that. And the tracking thing where Bob showed that there was originally a different address, but partway through it was changed. So I noticed on closer inspection of the box that there was like stickers for the address on top of the original one. So the first one that was on there was like the, what I assume is the intended address. Was it during Kirby that I talked about this originally? It might well have been. It's sounding familiar here. I don't know. But you know, the postal code was wrong. Like, and when I look it up on Google Maps for where they are on the other side of the country, like the address on its own pulls up a, pulls up a place. But with that postal code, it just confuses Google Maps. It's like, wait, what? These don't match up. What the heck is going on with that? So I guess midway through transit, they were just like, all right, this address, it matches up with this postal code, our postal code, and maybe changed it. But, you know, it got changed twice. The first time changed the address, and the second time changed the name on it. But they changed it to my address here in Alberta for some reason. And they sent it here. So I contacted UPS support, which, let me just say, was actually such a massive pain. Like, I tried to get in contact with support, and you have to make like some weird account thing where Bob to be able to do it. One of the options they give you is log in with Google. So it's like, all right, I'll just, you know, log in with one of my Google accounts. And you try to do that, and it just redirects you to the login screen. Like, after you log in with Google, it just redirects you to the UPS login screen. It's like, what the heck? Was logging in with Google just top 10 pranks in UPS history? What the heck is this? So, couldn't do that to send them an email. So I actually had to contact their number and, you know, be on hold for a good while and wait through that. And then I eventually got on the phone with someone that I could barely understand. And, you know, I was trying my best to communicate with there, but I explained the situation. She was like, okay, yeah, well, we'll send someone to pick it up in, you know, the next few days and get it to the, you know, the intended recipient and stuff. Sure, I was gonna go for sand, but that works too, I guess. And, well, that was like a good while ago now. Yeah, and if I did tell this during Kirby, that was like the last session was 8 days ago. And, you know, that would have happened like a couple days prior or something like that, I'm fairly certain. So, you know, it's been close to a couple weeks, and there's been like no word at all. I've not been contacted about it. There's been nobody coming to the door about it. Like, nothing happened. And it's probably been long enough now that the person that was the intended recipient, like, it would probably has been reimbursed for it by now, I would imagine, most likely. So, you know, it's been sitting by our front door for the past couple weeks now, just waiting for, you know, someone to come by and pick it up. Well, it doesn't seem like anyone is, and, you know, the intended recipient probably has been reimbursed from UPS's big screw up at this point, I'd imagine. So, you know, it's seeming like most likely nobody's picking it up, and most likely it'll either be going to my mom or to me. The thing is, like, I already have one. I've already had one for a long time. Like, one that I've had for several years is not a fancy schmancy new model, but I don't need, like, fancy schmancy new model stuff. I just use it to tell time, tell the temperature, change my music, see my texts and emails and stuff. That's pretty much it. You know, I just kind of like using it for that is the case. But, except if you just leave it at UPS, like, it's been so long now and no one's come for it that they have, you know, probably, you know, handled the situation already. The person that was supposed to receive it was probably like, hey, we haven't received it, and have probably got another one sent in for that screw up anyway. But, you know, I went through the insane hoops for UPS support and they didn't send someone, so I was like, well, guess there's probably no one coming in that case. And okie doke, have a good night, Chaos. Hope you have a good rest of the night. So, most likely it'll just end up going to my mom, is the case, who was thinking about picking one up. So, yeah, that's that crazy situation. So, you know, that's neat, I guess. But, yeah, that is a little bit of craziness. Let's yoink. Whoa. So dang mean. Unless I do big damage with the sand and stuff. So yeah, that's the follow-up of that story. So it's still just sitting by the front door. We might still give it another day or two, but, you know, we just had it at the front door for the last while. All right. We got some gears and stuff. Amazing. So yeah, there's that wacky story. So there's that for recent happenings. Did I talk about the most recent bit of work on my truck with the last stream of this, I wonder? Because this came out February the 24th. And it was this last Saturday that I did some work there, so that would have been the day after the last stream, probably? Most likely? I don't know, man. Something like that-ish. What? Stage 1 clear. So yeah, in terms of other happenings there, when it comes to the most recent stuff on the truck situation, the brakes should be done now. And now it should just be windows. Like, I might have talked about this last stream as well, depending on when it was, but I just need things to ramble about here. The brake stuff is all done. The new tires are on, so now it's just like replace the windows, get it insured and registered, and then we good. And then hopefully when the snow melts, hopefully it'll be on the road and stuff. Of course, you know, I drive a automatic is the case. I'm not used to driving a manual. And now I'm gonna have to learn how to drive a manual from the early 50s. So, you know, gonna have to learn a 3 on the tree and figure out how to drive around this vehicle that hasn't gotten a real genuine drive around for probably close to 20 years, where it had like a brief span of love. And then before that, like, probably hadn't been touched for about 20 years before that point. So that hasn't really gotten much attention in about 40 years, and just had like a brief span of attention about 20 years ago, and is now getting some proper love again for a with it being in my hands nowadays. So yeah, that'll be a bit of a learning curve to learn there. Motorbike was just repaired, an oil change in less than 1 week. The engine light is on and speedometer is off. Jeez. One problem after another with some vehicles, isn't it? What if this is important for something? Yeah, let's grab some ice. Yeah, I think that the last time we streamed this was before. I can check for sure. Hold on. I'm gonna check when the last stream was to tell for sure if this is gonna be a repeat story. So I'm not repeating myself here during Kirby. Let's see here. So when I streamed Kirby was, yeah, February 24th, and it was the 25th that this went on. Okay, so this would not be a repeat story. We good here. When it comes to stuff here. Before that fella is 9 years old. So, not exactly the most reliable at this point, but I mean, hey, my truck's 71 years old. That's, makes me a little bit worried about how reliable it's gonna be, but we'll see. Speaking of older vehicles being reliable, but hey, at least when it comes to older vehicles, you know, they just, you know, are designed the way you'd think they'd be designed, you know. They're a lot more simple. Nowadays, vehicles are crammed with all kinds of fancy schmancy features and crap, and something goes wrong, it's like, who knows what you gotta do to fix it? Oh, there's a thingamabob up there. Whereas back then, you know, if something's going wrong, and you think that X thing might be the issue, yeah, that's probably exactly what the issue is. You know, just fix it. Just fix it up, and then you good. No problemo there. But yeah, considering it, you know, hasn't really gotten much in the way of attention for about the past 40 years. You know, it, hopefully it'll be a-okay. You know, it runs and stuff. We haven't, you know, ran it yet this year. Can't even right now. The, yeah, sure, let's grab rock then. It'll probably be important, I'd imagine. You know, we had it running before the new year, before we brought it over to, like, where we're working on at my cousin's place. So now that the brakes work, now that it should be able to stop in addition to go, it should, in theory, run pretty well, I hope. Oh, look at that! That statue there. Here's hoping, at least. I guess we'll find out when the snow melts and we put the battery back in. And we fire it up and give it a go and see if things are actually functional, or if our work this winter has just been a sham. We shall see. Anyway, when I was working on that on this past Saturday, the main thing that we needed to work on replacing was the master cylinder, the thing that holds the brake fluid, so that, you know, the brakes would be done with. And I would not know where to start on replacing that, so had a mechanic friendo come by and help out with that, who has a place at the lake village that my family has a lake cabin at. So knew him from there, and, you know, got his help and stuff. And in addition, had the help of the older of my cousin's kids, and since he's interested in the project as well, oh sweet, so I can do that. And there was one of my childhood friends from the German bilingual program that was gonna come by and help out with that, but he was busy with some things earlier in the day, so he could only stop by a little bit later. Oh, there's Mike. I'm not gonna use Mike though, I don't think. So, you know, for most of the day, it was me, my cousin's kiddo, and his mechanic friendo working away at it, and got, you know, the main parts of it done. And you know, it's while we were wrapping up that my other friendo stopped by, and I was really surprised when crap, my little cousin and my childhood friendo had actually met one another before. And I was like, wait, how the heck do you guys recognize each other? Like, you what now? And this friendo of mine, he graduated about a year-ish ago, I believe, from education to be a teacher. And it turns out where they had recognized one another from is he had done some substitute teaching at my little cousin's school. So they recognized each other from there. Apparently he hadn't done any substitute teaching in like his class exactly, but you know, they had recognized each other from the halls and apparently done like some chatting and stuff before. My little cousin thought it was really weird, like, this is the first time I've had a teacher in my home. But yeah, so there was that. So I'm sure the next time they see one another in the halls there, you know, they'll now they've probably met, they'll probably chat a little bit more. But yeah, so that was a really crazy coincidence there. And this friend of mine, when he stopped by, he did like a really nice thing when he stopped by, and a really Canadian thing as well. He stopped by with coffee and donuts from Tim Hortons. was the case. He brought those to help get spirits back up after the you know, the long day of work on the vehicle there. But yeah, the main part was done. The master cylinder was done there, so the brakes should be all fixed up. We were still able to do some things together with him because we needed to replace the headlight. Was a thing where it's just like, yeah, I didn't think I could replace it because I didn't have the screws that slotted in there properly. Was the case. But, you know, digging around my cousin's garage there, we just kind of found some screws that worked, and it was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm putting these in my truck now. So I told my cousin that later, like, yeah, I found some screws in your garage that I've like incorporated in my truck, and he was like, okay. So we managed to find stuff that works, so we, you know, installed that with him. So now the headlights looking nice and not shattered. So we did that. We, my cousin was showing him like the super crazy 3D printing setup that he has with his 5 printers. Then he came over here. I was showing him my, you know, crazy room here. Both of us were tapping away at the electric keyboard over there a little bit, playing some tunes. And it was a chill time. And like showing him my my little world here, chatted about, you know, what things have been like over the years of me doing stuff with this channel, me getting overwhelmed with game projects around here, but how I'm slowly chugging through and stuff. You shake the controller charge fast like in the Wii? Oh, okay, well, the more you know. The more you know then. So yeah, there's that story, I guess.